Previously, we had developed a model for a strategy called the bull spread. And with the bull spread, an investor can buy one call option and then sell a call option with a higher strike price. And so in the case of the bull spread we looked at, we purchased an option with a strike price of 380 and then sold a call option with the price of 400. So the cost of that strategy is equal to the market price of the option that we purchased minus the market price of the option that we sold. And when we simulated that strategy, we found that that's the most the investor could lose, was simply the cost of developing that strategy. Now we'll talk about a strategy called the bear spread. And the bear spread is a bet that the stock price is going to decrease. And so in this case, it's really the exact opposite of the bull spread. We would sell one call option, then buy a call option with a higher strike price. So we'll use the same two options to develop this strategy. So let's look at how this would work. For the option that we're selling, we would receive the purchase price. So we're going to sell the option with the lower strike price, so we'll receive $20.18. And then because we're selling the option, we would have to pay out the payoff for this option. So we subtract the payoff, and that is the strike price for the option, the future stock price minus the strike price. And then we always need to discount that payoff to the present terms. So the discount factor is the exponential function and the risk-free rate times the expiration date. All right, so this is the option we're selling. We receive the purchase price and then we pay out the option payout. And you don't actually have to own this option to sell it. Brokers can set up these sort of strategies if you're willing to purchase enough options or sell enough options. Now, in the second case, we're going to buy the call option with the higher strike price. So when we buy the call option, we receive the payoff. So the payoff would be, for the call option, the stock price minus the strike price. And in this case, we're purchasing the higher strike price option, and then we discount that. Discount factor is the exponential function. Notice this always has a negative sign here because we're discounting it to the present terms. Risk-free rate times the time to expiration. And then we're purchasing this option, so we're going to subtract the market price. And so what you see here is that it looks exactly the opposite in terms of the formula for the bull spread. And I'll put under here the cost of the option. In this case, we're buying the 1172 option, selling the 2018 option. And so the cost actually is the difference between the two options. So the net of, in this case, the net cost is actually that we receive $8.46. So let's make the bear spread output and at risk. And then we'll simulate this. So what we see here is a minimum and maximum payoff that's really just the opposite of the bull spread. Now, it will be helpful to go ahead and graph this and see what the profile looks like. It's typically going to have a mean payoff very close to 0. We expect that. What we're actually betting on here is for the stock price to go down enough so that we lock in a certain return. So let's build an overlay with the bear spread. We'll overlay the actual price and the bear spread. And so then what we can do is go ahead and export that. And so we'll export to Excel and use a new worksheet in the active workbook. All right, so here's our data for the bear spread and the actual price. The easiest way to graph this is to go ahead and just copy the bear spread data to the right of the actual price data. And then we're going to sort the data by the actual price. But we'll sort both columns. This data, I didn't highlight it with the headers, so we'll sort it by column D from smallest to largest. So here we have the actual price, and here we have the bear spread. And so now if we highlight all of this data, we can graph the payoff profile for the bear spread. Best way is to insert a scatter plot, and we can use either one of these scatter plots. We can try this one. And so here we have our bear spread. Looks very much the opposite of the bull spread. If the stock goes down below the strike price of the lower strike price option, we're locking in a return, and that return we'll see at the top of the list of returns is actually $8.46. The most we can lose if the stock price goes up is $11.18. And so it's really a bet that the stock is going to go down.